Welcome back to Teresa's Dead. My name is Teresa and I'm very much alive. I have an awful, garbage, filthy, disgusting mouth, so viewer discretion is advised, but if you're not into that or weird in general, this is definitely not the place for you. Feel free to exit the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our tongue fondly. Why hello my little pancakes. In today's video I was going to do just a kind of a try on because I have a lot of new products and we were just going to talk about that, but instead I decided to turn it into more about like a chatty get ready with me. So in today's video I'm going to be talking a little bit about the products, which I do, but I also kind of talk more at length about the weird that ensues when you are trying to find a new home. So I hope you enjoy it. A lot has been going on for me and Alex, and I love sharing updates when I can, and this was really funny. So I hope y'all enjoy it, but definitely check out the end of the month for a more like kind of like a full-on review for some of these products. I apologize if you just want to know in great detail about some of these things. I do touch upon them, but not at the level that I normally would like to do. So in today's video I do play with the new About Face foundation along with the New Zealand Stargazing palette from Nomad Cosmetics, as well as where are you? Where are you? Hi, where are you? Where'd you go? The Glowgasm face palette from Charlotte Tilbury, which was recently re-released, as well as the Tower 28 concealer. That said, let me show you how I created this. Why, good morning, my little lizards. How are you? Sorry. That even took me. I was like, why am I calling you lizards? But lizards are cute. Good morning, my lizards. Hi. I sincerely apologize because this video should have came out yesterday, but I got home late on Sunday because I was on a work trip. And if you followed me on Instagram, then you know there were things that were happening, which there are stories for those. Don't worry, that's coming soon. I would do it today, but I don't have a lot of time today. So we're gonna do a shorter video today, but it was pretty funny, okay? Anyway, so Monday was the day that I was gonna do this video, but Alex and I decided to go see some properties instead, because if you haven't seen my live stream that I did about, I guess like almost 2 weeks ago or so, I talked about just being very annoyed with my current living situation. So I listened to everyone's comments, which by the way, everyone, super sweet. Thank you so much for just giving me a lot of good advice, and I decided, let's go see what's out there. I'm not going the route of buying a home only because I don't know if I wanna stay in Florida. I don't know. And just the thought of like buying a house in Florida feels more like, if you saw the fear in my face, like I don't know, like I don't know if this is my place where I want to be. And I get it, like this doesn't have to be my forever home. This could be my starter home, but I don't know, buying a house is a lot of responsibility and it's a lot of money, and I'm just so terrified that, well, one, I've watched way too many horror movies that I'm just gonna buy something and it's gonna be really, really haunted. I feel like that's an actual fear. Florida's a wild place, ma'am, okay? There's a lot of weird shit that goes on here. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we did on Monday, and I'm also going to talk about some of the new products that we're going to be, I guess, like kind of semi first impressions. Yeah, I guess these are really all first impressions, honestly. So I'll give you my quick thoughts at the end, but I think what we're going to start off with is this guy from About Face. So I really do like About Face. I love their little, I was about to call it eye jazzies. I don't even know what the f that means, but I am not one for liquid eyeshadow. I never have been, but those I can f with, and they're very, very good. So initially I was actually going to use that with their foundation to show some love, but we do have a new palette. I actually have 3 new palettes in front of me, but I'm going to focus on Nomad Cosmetics because this is the palette that's coming out today. So if you are interested in checking it out, and hopefully I like it, use the code Teresa's Dead and you can save some money off your order. But yeah, this palette looks wonderful. But then there's also the Sydney Grace palette that's coming out that's beautiful. And then we have the Unearthly Cosmetics palette as well, the holiday collection. But we're going to put a pin in those. We'll come back to them. We'll do this one today. But let's start with the foundation. Okay, this foundation appears to have like a water base to it. So we are going to say goodbye to Ritual Defeat. Sorry, I love you, but you can't stay. And instead we're gonna be doing my 2 favorite water primers. One is from Etude, which is the Glow On Primer. Love this stuff. I talked about it at great lengths during my top 3 video. And if you haven't seen that, I will link it in the corner too, or I will try to remember. Now, I could stop here, but why would I do that when I can add a little bit more primer? And the one I want to focus on, okay, no, we're good. The one I want to focus on is from Amaya. Again, this is another one that I talked about during my top 3, and a lot of people showed interest in this because they were really confused, especially with the ring. Gotta love that ring. Sorry, it's the morning when I'm filming this, so I am in what you say rare form. It's my time to shine. I know it's kind of goopy, it's kind of gross, but I mean, I look like an alien slut. I feel like this is what I imagine unicorn to look like. Oh, and I'm so sorry that I gave you that visual. It's so disgusting. But you know what? Unicorns also have to have a full release too. Okay. All right, part of me wants to put a little bit of like a green corrector down, but we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna try it with the foundation, see how the coverage is on this one. So this is the Performer foundation, and I believe this is their only complexion product. I don't remember ever seeing anything about like a concealer or another sort of foundation or skin tint. So let's hope that this is good. Oh, that's fun. I love that. The doe foot is very, very reminiscent of the little eye jazzies. I don't give We're calling them eye jazzies from now. Okay, so I have it in the shade F2 Cool. I did a shade match thing online. Let's hope that... Oh, that's actually a really good match. Kind of, all right. You know, usually those shade match things f me every time. Not today, bitch. Not today. Oh, she's good. Okay. Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this on right here. So where do I start? I hate where I live. I hate it. 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 And I need to not hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. I feel like just stuck here because it's so loud. It's so loud and I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it for the life of me. And I really just want some peace and quiet, and I don't know if that exists anywhere unless I move to the middle of nowhere. But I also don't want to live in the middle of nowhere because I like commerce. I like shopping. So I don't want to be too far from a Target, okay? Or an Ulta or a Sephora or even a Nordstrom. And I mean, listen, I get it. Nordstrom, it doesn't really exist down here, but I'll take a Nordstrom rack, all right? Like, I don't want to go too far. And by the way, this foundation, bitch, it looks nice. So I don't feel like I need to go over it with the sponge. I feel like I get force a habit, but she's cute though. She's cute. She looks really, really good. All right. Good job. We're going to call this the foundation jazzy. I like this. All right. So what I don't want is another like townhouse situation. That's what I currently live in. And I don't want to be connected to my neighbors. I'm so tired of just being like an earshot from them. And thankfully the neighbors that we have that we're connected with are very sweet. It's a nice little family. It's like a mom and her daughters. They are super quiet, super cute. Sometimes we hear their dog, sometimes we don't. They have people over at the holidays. They were always super quiet and respectful. Love them. If I could literally shrink them down, take them with me, unshrink them, and then they could live in the house next door, I would, okay? And also, yeah, I would have to unshrink them because that would just be mean. Like, you're this big, sorry? Like, no, I have to unshrink them. So I really want them to stay with me, but I don't think they're ready to go anywhere. Granted, I don't know their situation because we don't talk to each other. We just do this. And that's enough for me, man. That's enough for me, okay? However, the people on this side that are disconnected, but we do share a little piece of grass though, every person that has ever lived there is just annoying. Beyond annoying. The mere thought of anyone living in that house, I'm like, I already hate you. You're already a piece of shit. And you know what? It's all true. Because anybody who's ever lived in that place is a piece of shit. They just are so loud, not considerate of their neighbors. Usually drive some stupid ass Ford 150 truck that is so big, it takes up half the street. And they just love to sit in their truck. They love to sit in there and just run it for about 45 minutes. And it irritates the shit out of me because those trucks are very loud and they shake the house. Granted, these houses, I'm pretty sure they were put up with like some cardboard. A lot of Florida new builds, I feel like, they just put them up faster and faster and faster. I don't even know if they're hurricane proof. I've heard that they have to be. Doesn't mean that they are. Anyway, so I cannot stand that I could literally hear every thing these people are saying. It's not just limited to them. It's anybody that walks past the house. I can hear full-on conversations for people, all right? Things that I don't give a shit about. And honestly, nothing interesting. Nothing interesting. If it was, I would be like, oh, this is great material. Not even that. Nothing. I don't know how much more I can take. My lease is technically not up for a couple of months. I'm gonna have to break it. Honestly, it's worth every penny to break the lease because I cannot take how noisy it is. Because that's not even the best part. The best part is the construction that is going on behind me. And had I known about the construction, I would have never lived here. And just like clockwork, because we like to do construction at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I get it. It's hot in Florida. I get it. And they have to start early. Fine. But they also like go for like 12 hours. Sometimes more. And it's super annoying when all you hear is beep, beep, beep. And you think it's going to stop. And it doesn't stop. It just fucking keeps going. All right. So before I go on to my whole, I think this looks cute. Now I could go in with a little more because I feel like this is like a nice medium coverage. I still see a little bit of redness poking through. So I am going to put a little more down. And if I can't build anything up, then I'm just going to go in with some concealer and just call it a day. But I love, 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 love how this looks. It sits on my nose perfectly, which is amazing because that's where I have a lot of dry texture. I don't even understand why or how, but that's where a lot of my dry texture is. And this time I'm also going to attack it with a sponge to see if there's really any difference to this or a brush application. And I kind of feel like it's the same. You can build it up, which is nice. And I also don't want to go too heavy, but anyway, this feels really lightweight. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Fenty Ease Stick, which is wonderful, except I feel like I have a little bit more coverage with this one. I mean, that one I do have a nice bit of coverage, but I think I'm getting a little bit more with this. But yeah, no, this is looking good. Pat it out with a finger. What does that do? I think that's the other thing I really like about this is that if you are someone that just loves to finger yourself, you don't really need any sort of tools actually, because you can just use your finger and blend it out and it doesn't have any sort of like weird kind of patchy moments or just looks streaky or anything like that. Also, this feels really nice. Like, I don't feel like it's drying me out. It's not suffocating me. This is good. Okay, like, not bad. So far, so good. So what I want to add now is a little bit of Terra 28, which I know I purchased a while back. I think I used it a few times and then I don't really remember if I liked it or not. And then I misplaced it because I'm cute and relatable. And then I found it and I went, ah, that's where you've been hiding. So we're going to try this today. So I'm going to put a little bit on, and I have this one in the shade BU. So let's see. Oh, okay, good. Good match. Good match today. I almost jinxed the whole thing. I needed to use my favorite concealer brush right now from Singe. This one's really good. Really, really like this one a lot. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, I don't love that. It's kind of thick. Okay, I mean, it looks a little bit better now, but it's kind of weird. It looked a little too like cakey right there. So I needed that sponge to really kind of blend it out. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I guess I was expecting, I don't know, I was expecting a little bit more maybe. No, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. It just looks a little thick, but I think once I kind of blend it out with the sponge, it looks a lot better. But I am gonna add a little bit more to my face though, especially just kind of around here, just to see what we can do. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I gotta move. I gotta get out of here. I don't like it. I hate it. It's just, it served its purpose for a minute and now I just need it to go. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay. So we have probably seen a total of 7 properties at this point. And we've probably found 3 that we really, really liked, but we whittled it down to 2 only because there was one property that we saw that it like checked all the boxes, but the neighborhood, it was like kind of questionable because unfortunately all around this great state, there is just a lot of construction. And because a lot of people are moving here, I know I'm a part of the problem, I get it. But unfortunately the construction, it's not just limited to houses, but they're also doing stores and all kinds of stuff, tearing up the roads to accommodate more traffic, even though I laugh because Florida traffic is a different kind of traffic. Like New York traffic is disgusting. It's terrible. It's aggressive. There's just too many people on the road. Florida, nobody knows how to merge and everyone's kind of aggressive ish, sort of. So everyone's just like speeding, but like not wanting to merge, but like you can go, but not really, but I'm gonna go. Like it's just kind of really confusing. It sends mixed signals. So there's just a lot of areas where it's just like really congested and then you realize it's for no reason. No reason. And I think that's more infuriating. Like I'm expecting to see something really wild on the other side of like this long line, and then when you see it's because nobody knows how to be patient and how to merge, you're like, all of y'all go yourselves. So anyway, and this is coming from someone who doesn't drive, okay? I am a horrible passenger. It's actually a good thing I don't drive because I would just lose my constantly. Oh my god. All right, anyway. So we decided not to choose that one because didn't really know if the construction, it looked like we were safe, but also it looked like there was an area where they could be potentially building. And I just didn't want to take my chances. So we decided against that one. Plus, it was probably the most expensive one out of the budget. It was nice, but it wasn't that nice. Anyway, so we put in the 2 applications. Hopefully we'll have like a decision shortly. Although it is a very tough market down here. So you really have to bring it with your applications and all that stuff. And I kind of just sincerely hope that we get one of them. I want one more than the other. And I think Alex wants the other one more than the other. So, fingers crossed. If not, back to the drawing board. We'll find something. But let me tell you about the ones that we saw that were terrifying. They were truly, I felt like I was in my own A24 horror movie, and me and Alex had to move to like a small town because we were starting over. Like we had to like run away because, I don't know, we were part of like the Enron scandal or something like that, which if you know what Enron is, I feel like which half of you might know. Topical, but you know what I mean? Like we did something like just really shady financially, and we just like had to get out of town. Kind of like Ozarks, except like we're not laundering drug money for the cartel. So not that interesting, but enough that we would be a disgrace. Does that make sense? Okay. And had it been Christmas, it would have been like an A24 Hallmark movie. But since it's the winter, it's just an A24. Before I tell you about this, I do want to set my face a little bit, although I think this looks really cute. And I know I was kind of giving the concealer some only because it's kind of a little bit thicker than the foundation. The foundation is very like light and airy and really just had just a beautiful glow. And I think that's, you know, pretty much probably due to the primer as well. Like it's a beautiful pair. But the Tower 28 concealer is a little bit on the thicker side, but it's not scary thick. I think once I figured out how to like blend it out with a sponge, like you need a sponge because otherwise it just looks a little bit too heavy in my opinion. And you really don't need a lot, thankfully, but it does provide a nice amount of coverage. So I'm kind of slowly remembering the good things about this concealer, but I'll leave a pinned comment down below if I can think of the things of why this was kind of unmemorable for me, but so far so good. So far so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my CoverGirl powder. Okay, I'm gonna use my CoverGirl powder and I'm just gonna set my face. I'll be right back. I mean, I look like a little porcelain doll. I love that. All right, so the next product I want to talk about is the Glowgasm face palette. So this is the Lightgasm. This came out many moons ago from Charlotte Tilbury. Then they brought it back. Don't know why. But I got excited because I always wanted this palette, sold out, always thought about it, and then I couldn't resist it. Now, I'm super proud of myself because this is a $75 palette, but because I had quite a few Sephora rewards, this only cost me $10. I have never felt prouder in my life. I was like, yes, bitch. And if this is good, then I'm gonna be very happy. And if it's not, I'm gonna be glad that I only spent $10 on it, all right? So I'm gonna start with the bronze shade, which is a beautiful baked formula. And I'm just gonna really kind of dig my little paw in there. Okay. Ooh, all right. She is pretty. She's on the lighter side, but I'm not mad at it though. Okay, so the house. First house that was probably just terrifying. When we first went out, we only saw 3 houses. And out of those 3 houses, we liked 2 out of the 3. The other one was really nice, but it wasn't our favorite. There were things that we really kind of couldn't look past. And it's just very funny how pictures definitely tell a different story online. So it's always good to see something in person if you can. So I'm very happy that we saw it just so I can kind of like satisfy that itch, you know what I mean? Instead of thinking like, I wonder if, like I'm glad we got it out of the way. So when we came home and I'm about to fill out my application, I suddenly see a different house. And I was like, ah, what the f? And it looked like a combination of everything that we wanted. And I was so excited. It had like a screened in porch because we always just wanted a backyard space. And I think that's the thing about this particular spot that we're in. We don't have it. Some of the places on this property, they do have a backyard space, but they're like a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom. So I guess like that's the trade-off. But it would be nice to have like, I don't know, a little patch of grass or something like that, or a little concrete slab, something that I can like sit in my little big boy chair outside and just, you know, judge people. Like that's all I wanted to do. Maybe drink some sweet tea. I don't know. But I never got that opportunity, okay? So a backyard space is kind of a big deal, but we're very particular about the backyard space. Like, I don't want it to be, which a lot of houses down here just all have open backyards where you could just literally look into someone's home, which I was like, that's so weird to me. But anyway, so we found a screened-in porch, and it looked like it had lights and stuff. It looked super fancy. It was so cute. And then they had all these really adorable finishes. They had like a chandelier. That I didn't even think that I would even want. I was like, I want this. I get so excited. They had one room that had like these really cool, it looked like built-ins and stuff. And I'm like, I could see Theresa's jet there. Like, I was getting so excited. So I'm like, okay, Alex, let's go back out. Let's go look at this stuff. Oh, I wish I could show y'all some of these photos, but I can't. Y'all know I can't. But, okay. Where do I even begin with that house? I don't know how old those photos were. I think they were pretty old because I think in its heyday, that's what the house would have looked like. Which is kind of wild because it's not a house that is really old. It's like probably been built within the last few years. Whoever had that house ran a train through it, okay? Just ran a train through it. And I should have known something was up as soon as I touched the doorknob. The doorknob was gooey, okay? Gooey. Not sticky, gooey. And a gooey doorknob, not a good sign. Not a good sign. By the way, this bronzer, I like it. It's on the lighter side, so I feel like I have to build it up a little bit. But I think if you are fair like me, you are uncooked chicken, I think this is a beautiful option. But I don't know, I feel like I've had other bronzers from Charlotte Tilbury that were, I don't know, a little bit more opaque like this. I feel like I really have to build it up. When I do, she's cute. She's not too much. Okay, I think we're gonna stop there. I say that now, but I think I'm just gonna add a little more. Once I open the door, by the way, I'm also able to see a lot of these houses, well, actually all of the houses, by ourselves, which is something that is a wild concept to me because when we were in New York renting, like we had a broker or we met somebody, like an agent or something that would just like, you know, take us into the house. Here it's like, oh no, get to the house. There's a lock code. Here it is. Like you have to put your GPS on so that we know that you're at the house. Like it's wild, but it's actually really cool though that you're able to walk through these things by yourself because sometimes it can be a little, I don't know, much. Like you just want to have reactions to things. Then you have like a real estate agent talking to you and you're just like, I love you, but I need to like process these things. Or if you're like me, feel like you're kind of like rushed into something because of that. Because you're just like, I'm too nice. I know you would think that I'm a real, but no, I'm actually really nice. I hate that for me too, I know. All right. I'm like so polite. It's disgusting.
Sure, Jan.
I actually like listen to people. Who does that? Like I just don't interrupt them. I'm just like, I hear their whole thought, whether it's something that's gonna change my life or just make me more stupid. I listen. So I'm very happy that we were able to kind of see these things by ourselves and, you know, we could really just kind of like talk things through, right? But before I tell you all about that stuff, there are two blushes in this guy and one is, kind of like an orgasm. It kind of has like a pink to like yellow goldy kind of a flip, and then we have a little bit of like a bronzy orange. Not really bronzy, I don't know, it's like a light orange. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see these swatches, probably not. But they're very glowy, they're very pretty. Maybe I'll just do a combination of both of them. Maybe we'll just do that. Because the bronzer is kind of more on the like the warm leaning side. So let's just dip our brush into there and just our face up. Can you even see that? I don't even know. Like I definitely see the gold and it looks like I have a highlighter on my skin, which I'm not mad at, but I don't see a blush color, which is kind of weird, right? I don't know. I like the Nudegasm more, I think. I'm glad I only got this for $10. Blushes are really light. And I'm like really like digging into the pan. I don't know if I like this. I don't think I like this. It's like, it's weird. It's like I do see a little bit of something, but like not much though. All right, anyway, it's definitely light. Like, I mean, it's cute. It's kind of cute. The pink, I feel like I can't see at all. Definitely the bronzier shade overthrows it for sure. But you do see the little bit of the gold kind of flip from this one. So it's like, it doesn't have pigment, but the gold sparkle comes through. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing at this point. I think we're just gonna have to stop. We're just gonna have to call it a day. I open the door, the gooey door. And what do we have in the gooey door? But a really pretty chandelier that like as soon as you walk in, a very pretty chandelier. But then I start, I'm so close to like a major road that that's all I hear all day, every day. It sounds like it's in the house. house. It's so annoying. I'm gonna go in with the highlighter. Here's hoping it's a better time. I feel like at this point I can't even tell because I already have a glow on my face. Yeah, this is a I don't know about this. If you can get it for $10, I say go for it. Anything more than that, you're wasting your time. I mean, you know what it is? This highlighter is definitely making it a little bit more like champagne, a little bit more pearly. So, I mean, I guess it is working, but I'm really just disappointed in those blushes, to be honest with you. I'm a glowy, glowy queen. Anyway, see the chandelier. And then I look down on the floor and I notice all of this just paint splatter. And it's a really beautiful like hardwood floor and it's just covered in white paint, like just covered in white paint. And then I noticed in the corner there's just like crumpled up like paper towel and like just garbage. And I'm like, do people just not, they not clean the houses? Is it not clean? Why is it not clean? Why is it not clean? And I just like got skeeved out at that second. So I was like, nope, we're gonna continue on. So we go into like the first bedroom. First bedroom, the carpet had like a lot of brown spots in it, which, you know, it looked like it could be two things. Either somebody burnt the carpet or somebody on the carpet. Kind of one and the same at this point, all right? You know what? I'm actually gonna try to add a little bit more blush. Shut up, all right? Shut up, I hear you. You're like, Theresa, you don't need it. I do. I think this is the best that we're gonna do. All right, I give up. Okay, I give up. So as I look past the either burn or rug, I can't tell. I noticed that the room looks definitely a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, fine. Now, we did bring technically a tape measure with us. I chose not to. I chose not to engage with the tape measure because I just knew that house wasn't for me, but I went this far and I might as well see it, okay? So then we go into the next room. Next room was maybe a little bit bigger, didn't have a carpet. Great, but it did have some dead bugs in there. Not so great. So we walk back to the first bedroom to try to like turn the light off because we realized we left it on. Doesn't turn off. Don't know why. Kept pressing the button. Doesn't turn off. Turn off every other light in that house. Still cannot turn off that goddamn bedroom. But whatever, fine. So we go to the next part of the house. Now, before I tell you about the next part of the house, let's start doing our eye look because we don't have all day here. As much as I just would love to just sit and bullshit with y'all. We have to go to work, unfortunately. So let me just throw on some eye primer. This beautiful eye primer from Sigma that I really love. If you want to try this eye primer, do so while saving some money. You can save 10% off your order if you use the code Theresa's dead. All right, so I'm just gonna do one eye right now because I gotta do the other one off camera. I know, I suck. But there's so many good options though. This palette is so cute. A lot of like, ooh, that looks good. Oh, I really love what they're doing with their multi-chromes. Oh, that is perfection. Blue one might be calling me though. I know I've been doing a lot of blue lately and I can't help it, but bitch. Ooh, oh, I think we have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner, bitch. Okay, Aurora. Aurora. Ooh, sounds so like New York when I say that. Aurora. I can't stop saying it. I'm so sorry. Australis. Australis. Sound like a scotch. I like this. All right, we're gonna do this one. This one's fun, but this one's really nice too though. And this one, and this one, and this one. They're cute. She's cute. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the shade Southern Lights, which is like a nice, like, kind of like medium peachy shade. Okay, so we go into the rest of the house. We stop over to see the owner's suite. The owner's suite was a nice size, but the bathroom, which looked like it was supposed to have a really beautiful, like, subway style tile and all kinds of stuff. Like, it looked really cute in the pictures, like really cute. I look at it, all over the tile is just more white paint, just everywhere's white paint. I guess they were trying to do some like caulking around the tub. That was black. I don't know what kind of fungus was growing in there. The tub still had a little bit of water in it. Like, I'm sure if I was in that room long enough, I'm sure I would see the mosquito nest that was in that house because of that stupid water. Everything else just, oh my god, it looked like it had such beautiful finishes, and whoever took over the house ruined it. They had all these really pretty fans. The fans have controllers. Half of them were missing, couldn't even turn those on to see what those look like. We go into the living room kitchen situation, like slash dining room or whatever, and it is a very big space, very beautiful. And the floor would have been perfect had there not just been all this paint everywhere or just garbage. It was disgusting. But I still wanted to press on. I wanted to see if they still had anything else left to show me. But actually, before I do that, I want to go into the shade Queenstown Skyline, and I want to blend out just the edges, which, let me tell you, I really do love Nomad's mattes. They are very silky smooth and very, very easy to blend. Super pretty. I don't know why it sounded like Hank from Barry, but okay. Oh, I missed that show. Anywhoozles, the kitchen didn't have a fridge, which that was also the funny thing too. I didn't realize if you want to rent a house that sometimes appliances may not be there. Just not there. So I kind of expected that there would be some sort of refrigerator, but no. I'm assuming that the person that lived there before maybe purchased it, or it was so fucked up that they just didn't have time to replace it. I don't know. I'm gonna assume the people that were in that apartment before took it because it was theirs. I'm gonna be nice and say that. So anyway, so yeah, there was no refrigerator. Okay, not a big deal. Fine. Kind of sucks, but whatever. But the cabinets, oh my God, they were just all so janky. They reminded me of my Alex drawers because half of them kind of just looked askew. What happened? How hard do you have to slam things just to stuff up here? Like, it just, everything just looks so awful. All the handles on like the drawers were just like plastic. It was just literally made no sense. It looked like it was gonna be like beautiful, like wrought iron, like just really just nice, but it was just cheap plastic. Okay, fine. There was another chandelier that had like these really beautiful like little, I guess like glasses on top of the bulbs. Half of them were missing. I don't know, they must have ate them. I don't know. But I was like, I just want to see this backyard because this backyard looked like it was everything to me. I look at the backyard. First of all, can't even go to the backyard because the door's broken. We tried everything and then we realized, oh, the door is like purposely sealed shut. Great. Love that. Okay, so couldn't even see that, but we can see outside. I saw the light. The lights looked really cute and I was able to turn them on because there was like a little light switch next to me. But if I kind of just gently, not even press the full button down, just like hovered my finger almost over it, kind of like if you've been on the Disney Wish, you hover your finger over the elevator button, kind of like that, the light started to like go all Stranger Things. And I'm like, this is the time where we leave. But I happened to look down and I noticed that out there in that little patio, there were a few dead mice. It's like, I think it's time to go. I'm okay. I'm gonna cut my losses here. We're just gonna move on, all right? So we left, just horrified. And it was so funny because the neighborhood looked so cute and it just looked so friendly. And oh my God, like it looked like, again, like your neighbors would just go, that to you and no more. It looked good. But that house was like the house of horrors, I thought, until we went to the next house. Now this house that we saw, believe it or not, it was under budget. It was either like 25 or 2,600 square foot. Like it was a big house. And for like the two of us, that's big. I'm getting parched. I need a little bit of lip oil. Hold on. All I really want to do, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna layer, I'm gonna go with the Auckland Stardome. I'm gonna do that in the outer corner and then I'm going to use the Aurora Australis on the lid and we're gonna call it a day. The last house, right? That was the house that, a little under budget, seemed like to be the bigger house. I looked at it really fast in the car because I wanted to like be genuinely surprised when I walked in. But what I thought was really kind of cool about this house is that it looked like it had a really huge backyard. And I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to see what that looks like. That should be interesting. So let's go. So this place was like probably the farthest out of the way from all the spots that we were looking in. But it wasn't like super far where I felt like I didn't know where the fuck I was. It was definitely in a different part of Florida that I'm not super used to, but I have like driven through or whatever, if that makes sense. So anyway, we get there and the neighborhood, as we're going there, let me back up. As we were going there, we go through this like one little neighborhood because in Florida, it's all like little kind of housing developments and whatever that like block of, I guess like houses are called, like say it's like Smithtown. I'm just gonna name a town in Long Island, whatever. Anyway, say if it was like Smithtown Heights, then that whole neighborhood's called Smithtown Heights. But I was like, okay, so like that's how I was kind of like factoring like where things were. So as we were driving through Smithtown Heights, everything looked so cute. There were like people riding bikes, like dads and sons playing catch. It was like the American dream, or like what I imagined American dream to be, okay? People were like waving, getting the mail, doing basic things. Now that I think about it out loud, you know, I'm from New York, okay? We don't do any of that stuff, especially if you live in the city. It's more like, go f yourself, all right? It's not, there's no like neighborly love, all right? Instead, you're just pounding on the wall telling your neighbor to shut the f up. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. So this was just all so exciting for me because I was like, oh my God, like look how beautiful this neighborhood is. This is gorgeous. I can't believe that this house is here and it's like at the bottom of our budget, which is great, and it's like the biggest house that we've seen. Holy shit, this is gonna be great. I couldn't have been more excited, okay? Then we got out of that neighborhood. I was like, where are we going? he's like, oh no, we had to drive through that to go to the next one. And I went, but I wanted to go back. And he's like, there's nothing there for us. We have to go to the next one. So we go to the next neighborhood. And I mean, okay, listen, maybe it was just, maybe in my mind, I am dramatic, right? I am dramatic. And in my mind, it felt like it was just a little bit darker. There was sun and rainbows. All right, think of it this way. If y'all remember the Married with Children episode where the Bundys go to England, okay? And they're in England and they're fine, and then they go to the town where the Bundys are from, and then it's all like doom and gloom. That's what it felt like. And I was like, this is where we get killed. This is where we meet our demise, Alex. Now I'm gonna go into the Iraqi Mackenzie. I'm probably butchering that and I apologize. I just wanna do like, you know what? Actually, I don't wanna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna fuck with that because I'm gonna use that as a liner shade. Good job, Theresa. Thank you, Theresa. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of glitter glue and then we're gonna go with Aurora. Glitter glue, where are you? Fresh layer of NYX glitter glue because that's the thing that works for me. And now, oh. If I am not the most precious princess in all the land, I don't know who that is. Oh my God. Look at me. I look so cute. I'm so dainty, which is so funny because I have a trucker mouth. This is so cute. Oh, I love this. This would be a really cute Valentine's look. Or like Galentine's or like whatever people celebrate. I don't know. When you're married, you don't celebrate those things. You don't really care. It's just another day, okay? Another day. Okay, she is really cute. I'm loving her. And now I want to add a little bit of that purple. I'm just going to be very quiet for this part, so don't mind me. Super, super cute. And now I'm just going to take, you know what? I'm going to go in with a little bit of the ColourPop. Which one is this one? Oh my God, I don't even know what it is. All the writing. All the writing melted off, but it's this really pretty kind of like metallic-y like lizard green, and I feel like I could kind of make this look like a flower. You know, I'm so precious. And we're gonna put that right in the waterline like that. I love these eyeliners, I really do. They're so fun. They're still like my favorite thing from 2021. I was about to say 2021. What year am I in? All right, I'm gonna go back into that Auckland shade and I'm just gonna press it right underneath the liner. So we're going through this neighborhood, right? And the neighborhood just felt a little bit more ominous. The houses were huge. And it kind of reminded me of Channel Zero, No End House. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, oh, we're in the No End House neighborhood. Okay, we're never gonna leave. And if I turn into one of them, I'm going to turn into a bunch of pomegranate seeds, okay? And if you know, you know, all right? So that's what I assumed was gonna happen. So we pull up to the house and the house was beautiful. It was big, it was beautiful. I kind of took my breath away almost. Even through this just kind of spooky atmosphere, it was just really nice. And then I looked to the left of it and it was a smaller house, but still nice until I really looked at it and I noticed that whoever owns the house or renting or whatever decided to make it like a Pepto-Bismol pink color, which I mean is a choice. It's a choice for sure, but I know it wasn't professionally done because the paint went a little bit too high. It definitely got on like the garage, like like they had a moment. I was like, okay, listen, someone likes pink. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge, okay? Then I noticed all the garbage that was piled up on the side of their house. And it wasn't like neatly placed. It was very all over the place. And it just reminded me of all the times that I had to like walk past disgusting things in the city where garbage would be overflowing and all that stuff. And I was like, do I really want to be here? I don't know. But we came this far and I needed to see the house. I'm just going to go into a little bit of like, actually I want a smaller brush. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Rougher number 13 mini and we're just going to kind of buff out that pink a little bit. So we go into the house and it's grand. Like it is very, very big and I'm like, oh my God, like it, again, took my breath away. Very easy to go in, no gooey doorknob. Plus. You walk in, there is like, I guess it's like the dining room because it was like sort of open and it was off the kitchen. So it looked like that was going to be your dining room. When you go into the kitchen just looked like a school cafeteria kitchen, which really made no sense because the rest of the house was like big and grand and just beautiful. But the kitchen was so weird. The colors were like really like just a gross brown with an even brown countertop. I think it was plastic. Like it just felt weird. We looked at all the appliances. They were pretty dated, but whatever, who cares? As long as they're clean, it's fine. They weren't. I opened the pantry door. I've never seen a fucking lizard in my life. It was like this big, and I just slammed the door shut. I don't know if it was dead or alive. I don't know. I don't want to know, okay? Scared the out of me. Slammed the door. Alex is like, what happened? I'm like, there's something in there. And he's like, what? I'm like, a lizard. And he went, we don't have to go see it anymore. I'm like, great. Go into the living room, and this living room is like a 2-story living room. So like you definitely have like a loft area above the kitchen, and it was just so grand. But then I was like, this is gonna be impossible to cool down in the summertime. The bill is gonna be astronomical. I'm like, all right. All the things that I like looked really good were like, this is gonna add up, this is gonna add up, this is gonna add up, and I don't know if I could deal with that lizard in there, because where the fuck are we gonna put our food if he is going to own that pantry? I don't know. I don't know what his rent situation is like. I didn't ask him. So then we go into like the owner's suite, and the owner's suite was okay. It was nice. It was very big, but I don't know, it wasn't like anything like super special. And the bathroom I can only describe as probably, you know, a scout location for the movie Saw. Okay, there was yellow lighting in the bathroom, and it had like a separate like water closet, you know, like the area where you could just pretty much, I guess, like in solitary confinement or whatever. So when I opened the door and I put the light on, it was like, it like kind of like snapped and fizzled, and then it's just like this glowing, just scary gas station lighting, and I'm like, no. Close the door. Okay. We look at all like the I guess like the base or like the face plates of like the light switches and the outlets and stuff, and I don't know what happened to them. Honestly, I think what would have improved them would be like slime coming out of them. Then I'd be like, okay, this is definitely something that I need to own. But it just looked like it was about to like start to bubble and fizz, but it didn't. It was weird. We go into the closet. That had shockingly white light. Scared the hell out of me. And then what I noticed in there was more dead bugs. Just dead bugs, dead bugs. And I was like, I don't know about this. So we leave that area, and then we decided to go upstairs, and upstairs had the most amount of space I've ever seen in my life. Like all the bedrooms had to be about like 15 by 20. I have never seen that big in my life. I was just impressed. I kept thinking like, oh my god, this would be so perfect for like Theresa's den. I could have like literally one room looked like a dance studio. I was like, oh my god, I have like a little dance studio for me. I don't dance, but but I thought maybe I might try. No, but I mean, it looked really good. It looked really good. All the rooms looked really, really nice, except one room kind of looked like, I don't know, like it kind of had like a weird vibe to it. I don't know, like it had like a really different kind of like a light bulb. It kind of almost reminded me of like a little bit of an asylum. It was very stark and just, it was creepy. I don't know. There's just something about that room that I was like, I don't like this. Let's close off this door and just board it up shut, because no one's ever gonna sleep in that room ever again. So we're standing around and we're like, why is this so cheap? Like, why is this so cheap? And then we happen to look on the side where our neighbors are. Oh, by the way, I'm going in with Ritual to Fee. Levitation Lash, this is so good. Let me do this before I poke myself in the eye. I'm gonna go into the cloud shade in the corner. I'm not even gonna say the name of it because I don't have that kind of time today, right? Oh yeah. Oh, it's fun. Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have gone with that one. I'm actually gonna go back with Aurora. Not because it's bad or anything. It's just, it's a little bit more of like a fiery vibe, which I think it would have been good with maybe Karina, Nebula, or like Jewel Box. So let's kind of just go over it. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Kind of give that a little bit of a vibe. Okay. So let me finish my one story. I can't imagine how wild I look right now because I have one eye look completely done and it looks adorable. We happen to look down and we just see a load of just beer cans on the neighbor's side of the house. Just so many beer cans. And I was like, oh no. I was like, I can't do that. I can't live here. And it wasn't like in a, I could see, okay, if it was in a neat, like, recycling box. No, it was just, hundreds, even not thousands. Okay. Everywhere. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So we decided to also go look outside too, just to see like what the backyard situation was. The backyard situation was really cool because it's completely fenced in, but the fence was open. I don't know who likes to come in and out of it. I didn't ask questions, locked the back door, whatever. Went back upstairs just to kind of do like just another quick look because I was like, you know what? In my head, I was trying to rationalize because I was like, well, you know what? Yes, it's spooky, but it is a lot of space. We could do a lot of stuff. How bad is that neighbor situation? Because if it's not that bad, you know, maybe they're quiet drunks, we'll be okay. So as I'm trying to like rationalize that and like talk it out with Alex, and Alex is looking at me like this, you're crazy, right? Like, we're not living here, right? It sounded like somebody was like opening doors and that was enough. We're like, okay, bye. We ran out of the house because we were like, okay, this is not cool. It sounded like just too close for comfort. The whole energy just felt really weird. And I was like, I watched enough horror movies to know that I should not be here. This is not my place. I do not want to die in this house. So we rush outside and I like take the key, put it in a little lockbox thing, close it shut. And then Alex, I feel like he just like checked his pockets and he was like, I left the measuring tape inside. And I was like, fuck it, like, we'll leave it, we'll buy a new one. But he's like, oh no, I found it, it's in my pocket. It's like, oh, thank God. We go back to the car. We start the car. It doesn't start. No, I'm kidding. That'd be really funny. We go back to the car. We start it and we're like sitting there and we're like, that was weird. Like that was like just really creepy. Had a very strange vibe about that house. I feel super uneasy. Like something was gonna happen. I noticed to the right of me, there, I don't even know. All I can describe this person was, it was like a human version of a possum. Okay? Like, it's probably the best way I can describe it. If I had a flashlight, it would have went like that's like possum level. So I just seen this possum person just kind of like slink past the car, like the back of it. And I kept thinking to myself, please don't come up to the side of it. Please don't come up to the side of it. Like I can't deal with this right now. I noticed that they go to the house next door with all the beer cans, all the garbage thrown about, all that bullshit or whatever. And it was just like out of a horror movie. But I feel like they just went up to the garage really close and they kind of just looked at us and then they started tapping the garage door. And I'm like, we're gonna die. This is how it ends, okay? And he just kept tapping and kind of looking over, and then they kind of just did this, and then he just walked around the house. And I was like, we start the car now. So we start like pulling out, and as we're driving past, the person was on the side of the house, like looking into the house like this. I don't know. I don't want to know, okay? But as we start driving around the house, I started noticing that all the houses had like these really weird symbols on it. I don't know what the symbols were. I started looking it up. I'm like, are they runes? I don't know. Fucking what are these symbols? And it was like weird. It kind of reminded me of the stone cutter, but not really. You know, if you've seen The Simpsons, the stone cutters, they kind of look like that. I don't even think they were like the Mason symbols. I don't know what the they were, but they were everywhere though, these symbols. And I'm like, this is not for us. So we drove out of there and safely made it home. But a part of me is really interested because that price was good. That price was really good. Just saying, I don't know. You know what I kind of feel like what happened was? I bet you $10 the neighbor is probably very normal and very sane, and they probably don't want any asshole living next to them. So they probably throw all this garbage and all this weird shit everywhere. All this weird shit everywhere, come out, look like a possum person just to be creepy and tap off the garage door just so that nobody moves there. And for that, I respect them. And I know that rationale is a very small percentage, but that's what I'm gonna go with. If that truly exists in the world, where someone lives like that and somebody taps on a garage door like that, may God help us all, okay? God have mercy on us all. I'm gonna do the other eye. I'll be right back. So here's the completed look. I think it's really cute. You already saw it at the beginning of this video. Filming out of order as per usual. That's what we love about me. I'm a consistent queen. Anyway, so just kind of quick thoughts about everything that I used today. The about face. This is great, fantastic, and if it is going to perform like this every time, this will be one of my new favorite foundations. I am impressed. If you are like me and we are like shade match twins, F2 cool. F2 cool. This is so good, so good. I love how hydrating and glowy it is. I think it paired beautifully with the two primers I used, which was from Etude and Isamaya. It looks so good. It looks so good. I love how it sits on my nose, nothing settling into my fine lines. Everything is super comfortable. I did set it down with a little bit of the CoverGirl powder, which is my favorite powder. And it looks good. I think it looks really cute, but I kind of feel like I could probably get away with not setting my face down, which is kind of nice. So love this. Can't wait to continue to use this. The Tower 28 concealer, she's a little bit of a thick queen, but I really like how it looks. It looks really pretty under my eyes. Now, I have tried this before, but I honestly don't remember how I felt about it. It's kind of obviously not great. Unforgettable, probably, because I couldn't find it afterwards. But now that we've been reunited in this dirty, disgusting room, I do like how this looks. I wasn't too keen right away because this felt very glowy. This definitely felt a little bit more like matte, but not mad at it. I think it just looks really pretty. Just kind of keep in mind, if you do use a brush, it can be a little bit thick. So definitely pat it out with a sponge or your finger just to get it a little bit less cakey. But so far, she's looking pretty. It's not settling in my lines. She looks good in the areas where I was able to get a little bit more coverage, because even though this did provide a nice nice layer of coverage. I still had some redness poking through, so this definitely kind of filled in those gaps. And yeah, I like it. I like it. So I'm going to continue to use this, but so far, so good. Now we have the, I don't know about this one. I really wanted this palette when it came out, didn't get it. Got the re-release. Thank God I only paid $10 for it. $10, it's not bad. Had I paid $75, I think I'd be really pissed off. I think the bronzer is fine, although I like the Nudegasm palette better in my opinion. The two blushes are definitely, it's weird because they're very blinding. They kind of feel more like highlighters than they are blushes, which is interesting. Oh, one is a multi-glow and one is a pop blush. Okay, so the pop blush down here, I felt like I got nothing. I feel like I got more of a blush vibe from the multi-glow. That's kind of interesting. I don't know. Anyway, I wound up kind of using both of them together and I think it looks cute, but like, I want more. I need more. Y'all know me. I'm a garish clown. I need more blush, so not my favorite. But I do like the highlighter. I think the highlighter's pretty. I definitely had like more of a gold vibe going on, and then I definitely kind of made it a little bit more like pearly, a little bit more champagne with the addition of this highlight right here. But this is good if you can get this on a deep discount, like $10, maybe even $20 if you're nasty. But anything more than say $20, I'd be like, nah, it's not good. I think she has better face palettes. Yeah, this one, don't know why they re-released this one. I don't think it's all that great. Anyway, the palette. Oh, I'm honestly really mad that I have to go to work today and I could only really have one eye look because I have a couple of meetings, because I would have just f***ed my face up with this. I can't wait to make more looks with it, but so far so good. I love this color story. I think it's absolutely breathtaking. I love Nomad's mattes. I think they're like a really beautiful formula. I don't notice any sort of like patchiness or lifting or any sort of blending issues, which is great. I love their shimmers and their multi-chromes, and I'm so happy that this formula is not that really weird stiff texture bullshit that has unfortunately plagued other palettes. This is that silky smooth formula that can be found in like the Royal Europe palette. I think that's the palette that's called. I love that palette. That is a great palette, so good. So I was very, very happy and pleased that these shimmers just feel silky and smooth and everything that I know and love from this brand. I think this color story is a color story that is just so apropos for the season that we're in, and it also would make for a very beautiful kind of, I feel like what I'm doing right now is like more of like a Valentine's Day look, and I feel like you can achieve that, but also like kind of a really beautiful like wintry moment, maybe a fall moment. I don't know if you can kind of get away with maybe a little bit of spring and not so much summer, but this just feels so perfect for the season that we're stepping in. It's just so lovely, and I cannot wait to play with more shades from this. But it does come out today, so if you are interested in picking this up, you can save a little bit of money if you just go Theresa is dead. And thank you to Nomad for sending this my way. I really do appreciate it. Everything else I purchased, but this was sent to me, so thank you. But yeah, I like this. So far, Nomad, we are on to a good start this year. Keep up this energy, because I want more multi-chromes. I want more fun, like duochrome shimmers, and this look. I just look so cute. Like I look dainty. Like you would trust me, right? Wouldn't you? I am having a great makeup day. I love that for me. And I'm gonna continue to have a good motherfucking day, and I hope you have a good motherfucking day too. Why? Because we deserve it. This is now an empowerment channel. No more makeup. I'm literally just gonna tell you that you're great. That scared me. The demons from those houses followed me. You're great. You're gonna have a great day. I'm gonna have a great day. We're all gonna have a great day, and it's just gonna be great. Anyway, now I want to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you have any of these products, if you love them, if you hate them. Also, let me know about your kind of like scary house hunting stories. I want to know. I love reading about them. I love hearing about them. So please, please, please spray your stories all over me. Disgusting. But are we surprised? No, we're not. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. As always, feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Instagram, and to my beautiful, wonderful YouTube members and patrons, thank you so much for keeping this delicious, disgusting, filthy, trashy, really filthy, really gross, really nasty, really disgusting, but clean. We are a clean bunch over here. Just garbage photo float. Couldn't do without you. I love your adorable little delicious faces. And of course, if you want to know any of the products that I mentioned in today's video, everything will be linked in the description box down below. And I'll see you, little cupcakes, tomorrow. Bye.